Hello, here we are in my Brooklyn kitchen. Today I'm wearing a new shirt, but it's really humid out anyway. So I'm kind of sweaty. And I don't feel, okay, actually that's related. I don't feel like heating up the kitchen today. And I just got back from the farmer's market today. I went to Union Square and shopped around this morning. And I found these beautiful little cucumbers. So I wanted to turn these into pickles today. And I just like put in a different container my sauerkraut that I had in this beautiful container. And so now we're gonna use it for pickles. So I bought a few too many. I'm looking at the recipe from, I'm gonna use the lacto white asparagus amounts from the Noma cookbook, which is like, I think probably gonna be the same ratio as what I used in like the patty pan squash episode. And yeah, I went and bought some dill. It's in the fridge. It's not flowering dill, but you know, I just decided to make these when I got home from the market. So what can you do? I have some lovely garlic over here, and the asparagus recipe calls for a lemon, which I thought might be fun to add just as an homage to the greats.
Farmer's market time. Go down to the farmer's market to see what we can find.
Okay, I also have to confess, if the camera is like wiggling a little bit, it's because anyone who's used a tripod knows this, the fresh hell that it is when you lose that little square that you're never supposed to lose. And I did that. So luckily I had a backup, but it's not ideal. And so yeah, I may be laying my tripod to rest and getting another one, but hopefully, I think I have an idea of where it is. I just like looked in a few places today and couldn't immediately find it, so I just was like, let's go. Okay, so bear with me. I'll try not to bump the table. Okay, so the recipe is saying for a 2 liter container, which this almost is. It's like a little bit under, which is actually kind of annoying, but anyway. It's almost 2 liter container. And this says for about a 2 liter container, 500 grams of whatever you're pickling. So this is actually just under a kilo, 1,000 grams. And so I'm just gonna use half of these, and I'll save the other half for myself, or maybe for even another recipe. So let's just weigh out these. I'm just gonna use this container because I have it. And I'm not washing them because they're fresh from the farmer's market and they look so beautiful. There's nothing, I don't know, there's nothing on these. Like, if I saw like big chunks of dirt or something, I'd wash them, but I'm not going to. Okay. Okay, so we're measuring out 500 grams. And since I have the luxury, I'm gonna pick out the smallest ones because I think those will, first of all, pickle the quickest, and second, they have more likelihood to stay crunchy. The bane of my existence, I'm being very dramatic this episode, the bane of my existence is, I have a favorite pickle in Canada, and I haven't found one down here that is as crunchy. So I'm trying to create my own dill pickles, and my theory, I have a couple of theories. The first is that the pickles that I have, that I eat at home, are vinegar pickles, but I think they are partially lacto fermented. And the other theory is that they probably, well, I know for a fact they use calcium chloride in the pickles that I have. I looked at the ingredient list, and luckily I have a full bag of calcium chloride from when I made cheese before. So I've been needing to use this, and so that's great. You just use like a tiny amount. That's probably like a lifetime supply of calcium chloride for me. Unless these pickles really take off. Okay, this is like, let me see. Okay, perfect. This is 500 grams. These are gonna go in here. Now, let's see. 3% of that weight. As much salt to the mixing bowl. Pour water in jar over bowl. Whisk the salt until dissolved. Pour brine into jar over serves. Yeah. So we're looking for like 3% of the weight of the ingredient into the water. So that's super easy. We're at like 505. And so just, can you imagine if I could do that in my head? Beep, boop, 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 boop. So that means I would need 15 grams of salt, and then I'm gonna put like a little, just a pinch, like a little teaspoon of calcium chloride. The recipe I'm talking about doesn't call for calcium chloride, so, but I know you just put like a little tiny bit. It's not like, don't put that much, don't put too much. Really don't put too much of that. I think it might be a little dangerous. So, yeah. Okay. I'm going to dump these out. No. I'm gonna put them back in. Then I'm gonna fill this with water. Then I'm gonna take them out, mixing with the salt, add our garlic, add our dill, put the cukes back in, and call it a day. Get these out. Just fishing them out. This is for me, so I don't have to do anything fancy or hygienic. Although with pickles you kind of want to keep things hygienic, but pish posh. Okay. So 15 grams of salt. I'm going to use this sea salt that I don't actually like to cook with that much. It has a finer granule, which is less fun to cook with, but great for dissolving into things like water. Oh shit, this is way too much salt. Okay. 15 grams is not that much salt, so now I'm at 27, so I'm just gonna have to dump this out. Cool, pay attention to what you're doing, people. Now we have to do it again. Cukes go in, water goes in. Coffee goes in. Riveting entertainment. Okay. this isn't quite as full as the other, the first time I filled it. And I still think that's going to be okay. Just by the way, the color of green on these cucumbers is like one of the prettiest things in the entire world. Like, so pretty. Okay. 15.15 grams. I'm not going to do the 0.15. Okay. Okay, it's 16. Oops, that's okay. No problem. We do a little tiny, like, okay, that is honestly probably too much, but let's see. I don't have a micro scale. That might surprise some of you. So I can't measure that. But I'm just gonna throw this in. Now, mixy, mixy, mixy. Okay. That looks good. Now time to, okay, here's 5 cloves of garlic. I just smashed them to take the skins off, but I didn't trim them at all or anything. It's organic garlic, so like it's extremely pungent and like kind of surprised by that. Not from the farmer's market, however, but organic. Here's our lemon. Also not from the farmer's market. Okay, put a couple slices. Let's do 3. Funsies. Yum. Here's our dill. I have a lot. I think I'm just gonna put a lot in the bottom, and then the cucumbers will go in this beautiful little nest. Okay, this will be for later. And put our little dills back in. I guess they're not dills yet. They will be. Okay. Make sure they're all covered. And that's it. So I'm going to leave this on the counter until until it seems like it's like doing what it needs to do. Then I'm going to put like a shot of vinegar in it, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge. So I'm going to basically ferment them until they're like half sour pickles, or maybe even just before that. So they're like just barely fermented. So it's going to take like 3 days, 3 to 5 days, I'm guessing. Then, like, for this amount of liquid, I'll probably put in like maybe even like a 1/4 cup of white vinegar, and then put them in the fridge, and hopefully I will have the pickle that I love, except for homemade. We will see. Shout out to Bex, you make the best pickles. Yeah, check in later for the results.